the total cost Y for X tickets to a concert include a flat fee for processing and a cost per ticket. One customer purchased 4 tickets for a total cost of $160. Another customer purchased 8 tickets for a total cost of $300. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this by hand, as this is how I originally attempted doing it, and then I quickly realized that I'm not able to do it by hand, but I'll show you the reason why. Which linear equation represents the total cost in Y dollars and for X tickets? Okay, so that means that my cost is going to go ahead and be my Y, and then my tickets is going to go ahead and be my X. Awesome, right? My tickets, my cost, my tickets. Awesome, right? So if we move forward, I quickly realize that, oh, okay, so if I do the first value, which is the first occasion, the one customer, I'm going to go ahead and say 160 is going to go ahead and be equal, it looks very much likely, to 40, and then I put parentheses 4. Now, all I'm doing right here is I'm writing mx plus y is equal to mx plus b, but I'm simply substituting the values of tickets. I substituted it with 4, and I substituted y with a cost of 160. That's where I got these numbers from. Now, if I go ahead and solve this, I realize that this is going to be correct. So I'm like, nice. Now, this would probably cause you to pick the wrong answer if you don't double check. Because if you do 300 is equal to 40, parentheses 8, which is the second customer, right? You're going to quickly notice that this doesn't work out because 40 times 8 is actually not going to be equal to 300. So you know that's not the right answer. You can assume that B is not going to be the answer because obviously if you change 40 on the first equation, you're not going to get the correct answer. So you can go ahead and cross that one out as well. Now, this is where I'm going to bring in my calculator. So I'm going to be able to plug in the values for C and D, so as to make it a lot faster and a lot easier for me to be able to solve this problem. So go ahead and say y is equal to 35x plus 20, and I just say y is equal to 20x plus 35. Now, if I do this, I'm going to quickly realize, oh my goodness, there's so many values that I have to double check, right? But in reality, all you're checking for is simply your y and your x line. Now, that means that I'm going to go ahead and show my table for both of these problems. When I show my table for both of these equations or answer choices, right, I'm going to quickly be able to see, okay, what happens when it gets to 4 and to get to 8. Those are the only values that we're really looking for at my x-axis or max values, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and change. Now, this has to be equal to 160 and 300. Whoa, what are the odds? It's actually C. So that is how I'm able to solve this problem out. Now, this is just an example of how sometimes you assume that it's going to be really simple and you're going to be able to solve it really quickly, but it doesn't work out. Now, there's a lot of values here that you're able to look through, and the best idea would be to show a table and find those x points that you're looking for. Another example or another way that you could do it is you can say x is equal to 4, and then you can simply go ahead and see, okay, which one hits 160. That's if you want to be very, very detailed, but the fastest way easily to do it is just to make a table and change the x points to be able to get to the values that you're looking for. And that's how you're able to find that the answer is C, by checking first by hand and then by checking it through the calculator as to simplify the process.